them to be able to ensure that working from home becomes a reality. And what are some of these things? I'd like to list some of the challenges with working from home. Number one is the infrastructure challenge. Mojupe alluded to that. Infrastructure challenge, like she did mention, I have Swift at home. I have Intel at home. I have Etisalat at home. Not just one Etisalat. I actually have two Etisalat. I have one Globacom at home. All of this is because if one drops, the other is on. As I'm speaking to you now, I have three of them on. So that if there's any issue, I can immediately just, unconnect from one and then connect to the other so that we can continue. It is a challenge around us here. And the other thing we also know about infrastructure challenges is, well, the challenge of power. Not everybody may be enjoying power in their respective areas. And even if we say, we all have generators in our home, it's a different thing when you are not at home and then you only on your generator 4 hours every day, 3 hours every day. Running your diesel generator or whatever type of generator 24 hours is definitely going to tell a whole lot on you. For me, this is going to be the 5th year my house has been run by solar, solar powered homes. The only thing I don't have on my solar is my water heater and my air conditioners. And I just told my wife last week that, look, I want to change all these ACs to inverter AC so that I can use them on this. Because in the last week, I didn't have electricity supply. They brought, supply yesterday, and today it's gone. So if I never had solar, you'll be hearing probably the fume or the noise. But you also think about the stress of once upon a time it's going to put on people. And then the chunk of their income that may also need to be going into that. People will need to manage power challenges. The other thing is mobile communication. You put out your mobile phone and then you dial. Hello? It's cracking. I can't hear you. It's cracking there. This is another challenge. You have to cut. You have to use a different network to try and still connect with this person. So almost every one of us has multiple mobile lines that we all use today. So infrastructure challenge is real and it is big time. And once upon a time, some of these mobile network providers have issues that for 2 full days, there was a time MTN had to apologize for almost a week. Their whatever system was down, people could not, leverage on their data. So it wasn't just working. And NCC had to force them to give people extra, the data or extra duration to compensate for that time. So this challenge is there. How then do we overcome some of these challenges? We will talk about that later on. The other one is the distraction challenge. And what do I mean by distraction challenge? Much as it's a blessing for us to be able to connect with our family members now, we also know it takes a toll on us. Very many schools are doing homeschooling. Homeschooling is not like when the children are within the brick and mortar environment. Now you are the assistant teacher. You're trying to get on this webinar now. Some of you have had to lock yourself in a room, just like myself. And the children are out there. They will come bang on your door and you will just ignore them. Some of them, it may be their teachers who is trying to get your attention to say, please help us tell Sheufumi to do this. Help tell Ifeanyi to do that. Musa needs to concentrate at this point in time. He needs to do this. They are expecting you to be able to give them support. And this is not the best of time for you to just rely on people that come from outside. In the course of doing all of this, we will face distractions from our children. The other one is the solitude distraction. What do I mean? At this point in time, we also need to recognize that there are people who are single amongst us in our organization. Some of them live alone. Now, living alone, the only way you can connect, watching a movie, getting on the phone with your family and friends, or, just playing games and all of that. And one thing that helps them to be able to survive that loneliness or boredom is also social media. So at the point in time when they need to concentrate on work, they need something to be able to get them to also relax a bit from work. It might be social media. And before you know it, they spend more time on it, forgetting that they are also actually at work. And that's another major source of distraction. So it will come up when people are working from home. The other thing is also what I call our cultural challenge. And what do I mean by cultural challenge? Let's face facts. The biggest issue that we have is the problem of discipline, personal discipline. How many people will truly wake up and be at their desks by 8 a.m.? The fact that, oh, there's no police to hold me and there's nobody to, monitor me, that I am actually doing my 8 to 5, gives me the opportunity to be able to say, you know what, I can get to my desk at 10 a.m. and, with all of the distractions during the day, by 5 o'clock I'm clocking out, or by 4 o'clock I'm clocking out, and that's just it. Do we have the requisite discipline to be able to say, you know what, yes, I've been able to sleep a little longer. I wake up by 7 a.m., get into the shower, prepare myself, wear my t-shirt, I'm seated at my desk. By 8 a.m., I start off my responsibility, my to-do or my task for the day, and I ensure that I follow through on this thing. The personal discipline is a bit of a challenge. And especially if people have distractions also, we can indulge in all of those things. And even for some of us who are very religious too, family devotion may not be happening at 6 a.m. anymore. More so because we want the children to have longer sleeping time, unlike before when they have to wake up and rush to school. We allow them sleep, and then they wake up at around 7:30, 8 o'clock. They come to greet you, mama, and then you're like, okay, my baby, how are you? Hope you slept well. And then while rubbing their head, okay, let's all shower, let's pray together. Before you realize it is 10:30. And you still need to get to work. Work still needs to happen. How do you manage all of those?